EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. The final playoff push is upon season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? Black, 22. I got you, son.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 23 yards the pickup there. From the shotgun, it's Winston. It's complete to Golden Tate. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Benjamin's got it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And Tate's got it.
Let's go.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Winston, the offense, with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Jameis to throw it. He goes full extension, and he's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. Blue lady. 57 to Mike. Here we go. Single.
On second and goal. Winston, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Get set. Great team. 51 combined. It's been a long day for you.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. On second down, it's Elliott. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Watson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. From the gun, here's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He's got a first down and more past the 30. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Cooper. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
53, 53, check 53. That's right, baby. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing. Winston. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Winston. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Winston. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Golden Tate with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And he is the NFC rating Offensive Player of the Week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They're going for it. It's Watson. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Carolina. Mecole Hardman. His 9th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talking about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
53, Mike. Hey, defense, let it happen.
On 2nd and 9, Winston looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Winston now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. It's a big play there for the Saints. 44 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down.
Oh, the ball is, and this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Following the interception, Winston. He's got his man. This is Tate. Call that a very strong gain of 24. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Winston. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. On the run, it's Mixon, and he'll get it down here to the 43. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Rosas' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
This is it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, it's Elliott. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. First down, a run with Cohen. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They try again with Cohen. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Third and long. It's Watson being chased out left. Taking a deep shot here. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On 2nd and 12, Winston on the crossing route. He hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards. Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Number 53, Mike 53. Blue down.
On second down now, Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Here we go. Let him go. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Don't get nervous.
Here's Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Alert flare,
Jameis now on first down. Open man is Kroom, the tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Winston, he completes it to Tate. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. They'll give it to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Winston now. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They have the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Mecole Hardman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will get them one closer. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Flip it. Check mark 26. Check mark 33. In your face.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mixon. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Travis Benjamin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. The Saints on third down. They've been automatic. How about 8 for 8 in the game thus far? This is 3rd and 14. And Tate's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. Jameis now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mixon with it. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Winston. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Wait.
Winston here to throw. Short pass complete to the tight end Kroom. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11. They'll run with Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the gun, Winston. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Rosas to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for New Orleans, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they go down to defeat for just the 2nd time in 11 games so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.